Welcome back, MTG Joe here. Today we are going to be trying out some matches of the Historic Metagame Challenge. We are doing a live one on YouTube, so trying to interact with the community a bit. We do these every so often, but I put out a bunch of resources for like decks that you can play for this event. But the core of it is it's 2,000 gold to enter. You get up to 1 loss, best of 3 Historic for this event. And the ideal goal is if we hit 7 wins, we get 5,000 golds and 30 packs. It is a random assortment. They have the image of Alchemy Phyrexia, but it is just varied packs as well. So we're going to give this a go, and we are going to try out first a Goblin combo deck, but a Gruul version. And it's effectively built around Cabaret Revels, and then what you do is, so this basically lets you cascade almost in a way. You get to seek a card with lesser mana value than the creature you cast and put it into play. So you can kind of combo off. So with like Skirk Prospector, you can generate extra mana. The Goblin Anarchomancer reduces the cost of Goblins, as does the Goblin Influx Array. And then what you can set up is if you get a Goblin Trapfinder, a Squee Immortal, and then enough cost reduction, you can basically cast out through your entire deck. Drain your opponent, and then just keep recasting it from the graveyard to get value. And then you're able to do that with like a bunch of cheap goblins, effects, and then Palaskmon lets you, whenever a creature dies, another goblin dies, you get to deal with damage, so kind of a combo there. You have like the Krenko shenanigans to make a lot of goblins that you can sack and then set it up that way there. Muxus, so we'll figure it out as it goes. It's kind of like fair beatdown plan, and then just oops, I deal a lot of damage. Strangles for like the aggressive decks, Mass Vandals for artifact or enchantments, Bone Crusher Giant when we need early removal, but also this breaks the Sarah Paragon lock. Goblin Incinerator as another removal spell, can also deal with like Atraxa perhaps. Soul Guide Lantern and Licensors for graveyard shenanigans. Gaia's Blessing is basically for the Kethis matchup. They're going to mill you, so you put in your deck and then they can't mill you out. Brotherhood's End for the artifact decks, or like in a pinch we can use that. Goblin Influx Array for like the Rakdos matchup, the grindy matchups, and then Goblin Trashmaster for the artifact decks. So we'll give this a go. We'll see how it plays out. Interested to see. There's like just the Rakdos Goblins, which is also very powerful. But we'll give this one a go first, and then we'll try something else, depending on how this goes. So as always with these, it's like, this video can be 10 minutes, it can be an hour and a half, so we'll kind of go and see what happens, but usually like 3-4 wins, you start netting a good kind of return on your investment. But it's kind of varied. I've been watching folks play over the weekend, and some have gotten like starter decks the opponents have been playing. Others have just gotten like tier 1 off the bat, but we'll give it a go, see how it is. How's everybody doing this morning in chat? So like the key card of the deck, Skirk Prospector, the Anarchomancer, and the Revels, which we have in hand. So we don't have the green mana, which is a little awkward. But I think we keep opponents on Giganta. So it could be Reanimator, it could be Wizards, could be a couple different things. If we draw a green line, we can Revels on 2, which is really strong. I can also do this to get the Wily Goblin to get me the green mana. I think I mulligan though. This hand's so much worse. Alright. It was a close keep. Swiftwater Cliffs, Giganta. This might be budget Wizards with the mana base. Wizards can be difficult because they have a lot of removal. Hey Joao, how's it going? Yeah. So this is a matchup where like Strangle, Brotherhood's End could be good. So 6 in the air on turn 2. So think we do this. If we hit a land, then I can start going. I don't want to expose this to a removal spell without us having the other land in play. Fortunate we had them all. Hey, Mac. Yeah, these strategies are fine. Like, I like Goblins. And the thing is, what's cool with Goblins is there's so many different ways to build it. We might just die to, like, the nut draw. Okay, if they're using a burn spell there on my 1/1, it's pretty good, but the problem is they just have 12 in the air. So let's just go to the sideboard here. We don't block, we had them all to 5. Not a great start, so... Verse is actually okay. In this matchup, Krenko can probably come out. Probably trim on one of these. The Instigators are probably the weakest. Maybe trim on the Matrons. And one cut. Probably just like that. Hey Benjamin, thanks for stopping by. It's a little unfortunate, like opponent drew 3 Symmetry Sages, which is going to be tough for us to deal with. Okay, so this hand's good. So I can go Skirk. Either they have to remove it on 1, or I get to go Revels on 2. And then let me start casting spells. A little unfortunate that I have 2 shock lands against Wizards. While this is like an impactful card, getting this out early is really good, because then I can Matron, I can go find like a Skirk Prospector. Get some value there. Okay, opponent's also missing lands, which is great. So I could squee. Do I have enough mana? Not quite enough mana yet for the big one. I think we go Skirk. Because, mind you, Skirk, I can find something, so we probably go Squee here. Muxus is interesting, like I can take it, but I think I like this line, because this also lets me just attack in. I could also Shock here. Yeah, game 1 was... We lost to Shuffler. Opponent's draw lined up a lot better. Okay, so that does take us off the ramp. So we have a couple options this turn. I can Squee or I can set up double Revels. Can also da-da. So let's start with this. So I can sack, play that. Set up for the following turn, or I can just set up another Revels. This kind of gives me the biggest payoff. So we'll just pass the turn. And we're just going to try to go wide here and kind of combo. Opponent missed lines, so... Having double Revels out is just going to generate a lot of value. They could hit me for 3 here, but we're going to try to kill them next turn. So I'm actually going to sack here. So that way they don't get... That's perfect. Yeah, with Squee we can basically get infinite mana. So what we can do here, we can basically play out our deck now. So we'll do this, do this. We're trying to find an Archaeomancer. I don't know if I cut them. There we go. So now we net a mana. So now we're just going to kind of pop off. So this is basically extra value, make a big board, attack in, kind of kill our opponent that way. So we do have Incinerate, a Gem Palm. I'm a little concerned with just having enough spells though. We had the Squee game going, which was nice. I think we just keep it as is. Because I don't think they're going to play around the Brotherhood's End if we have to. And if I can deal with theirs. They got stuck on mana, we were able to do our thing. Okay, we are just not getting... How many lands are in this deck? 24. Okay. Put Muxus away. Actually, I think we put Squee away. This one will be interesting because we don't have Revels. So since we drew Soulscar, I want to get rid of their Flyers or Arcanist. I don't really care about Soulscar. I can chump it. Like, that's something I worry more about. So it's actually pretty solid. We're not going to block at this point because what I can do is I can do this for Skirk Prospector. Hopefully not a haste effect. Brotherhood's End to be pretty good here. Ah, we hit the hearse. No. So the thing is, we know they have... I gotta try to set up for Muxus. So if they're smart, they take out Skirk here. Problem... We could see the difference between the games where we have Revels and where we don't. Would have been nice if we didn't have to use the treasure, because we could have held the Skurg and then cast it, and then had 2 sacks available to kind of channel the mana. They're really aggressive with some of these premium removal spells. Like, just go face, you have the 2 damage available. So I think this turn we block here. Okay, since we drew that, we can do this into this. They do need to use a removal spell. I can trade with Arcanist here. They haven't found the Symmetry Sage, so Arcanist can't flash back the Wizard's Lightning. Hopefully they kill Ruvenelt if they do kill something, and then I can cast Muxus. Damn it. Skirk. So they have priorities, so they have some form of effect. Come on. Okay. War Chief's not the worst. Problem is they're getting a lot of value here. And then they're eventually going to find some form of removal. Arcanist is really powerful when it goes unchecked. I also have to be mindful they have these Den of the Bugbears. Just want to keep my life high enough. Oh, Brotherhood's End would have been perfect. Why? Okay. Just need to try to survive this. Keep the War Chief. We've got him pretty unlucky just with like what we flipped. Okay, so they've also like played land, so before expressive iterationing, so they're hoping for double spell. Opponent's seen as many iterations almost as I've seen lands, which is never a good sign. Come on. I think we almost have to be more aggressive in milling to the Revels. I also think I'm gonna switch the numbers of instigators. Did they find a... Damn it. Because they'll also be able to flash back. We have 3 Skirks. So if they target one of my creatures, I'm actually just going to take the damage. Because my only out really is to draw Skirk and try to Muxus, I think, at this point. So I don't think we're seeing the downside where we're just not getting any of our action spells. Because, like, Revels is a bad draw now. Balmor's Trample. Alright, let's queue this one up again. I think there's something here, it's just like we didn't really get a good pay there. So we only lost. Let's fix this deck up a bit. Wizards is probably a tough matchup to begin with. Don't think we want Krenko. I think going another Influx Array is correct. We get the haste from that. Influx Array gives us gas. Trap Finder can help us find some early action. Let's try it like this. I think I do want another Strangle. Let's try it like that. Hey Boudreaux, I can try check it out. I do have the window open right now because it's quite hot today. And I have the fan overhead, so it might be contributing a bit. I'm gonna get one of my buddies who streams as well to help me just kind of calibrate some of the audio settings. I was playing around with them the other day. I gotta fix like the gain. It's picking up my mouse, but I was like trying to mess around with it. I gotta see. I just dusted my PC before I went live, and like my Bluetooth wasn't connecting afterwards, so I don't know if I messed something up on that. But we'll give it a go. Hopefully the shuffler is a little bit nicer to us on this match. If not, we switch decks and we play something else. We go Jund otherwise. So I like this hand better because we do have the Revels. So I'm gonna see, depending what we draw, I can go Cabaretti Revels next turn. This might be Mono Green Devotion. Kind of glad I kept the Sokuzan. If this is Devotion, it's actually an interesting one. I don't know. Oh, this might just be Ugin Ramp. Okay, so Ugin Ramp's gonna be scary. Okay, can we just draw like a single creature? Like one creature, please. Okay, interesting. So we were actually hoping to hit a Trap Finder since it gave us another. Jesus. We're getting out janked. Come on. Holy. We're just drawing all lands now? We had the other game where we couldn't get lands, and then this one. Like, mono green, do nothing first 3 turns. That's 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Two, 4. Alright. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Any creature. Any 2-drop creature or greater. How about a land? Cool. Love it. Love it. Opponent didn't gain a life. If a creature would deal combat damage, prevent that damage and put a counter. They're playing Broken Wings main. This is just kind of silly. Alright, give me a Muxus. Just couldn't get anything. Holy. Like, what do we even play in this matchup? Probably want Incinerator. I 3 people got 7-0s with it, and like I know it can like win games. Just like really weird circumstance. So who had the Hydra scale mono green chunker? Okay, we can get an early Muxus. Hopefully that can do enough. We can do this. Get the treasure. Oh, we just got Revels, so... Don't Broken Wings me, bro. Okay, opponent's really not doing much, which is nice. So, like, I could set up another Revels. I think we just go Matron here. Just take the Muxus for next turn. So I can sack 1. So let's do this. Do this. And then bring out the second Revels. And then next turn I can cast Muxus. Okay, they went Scavenging Ooze. I do feed the ooze a bit, but hopefully next turn I just win. 1 card. Awesome. Love it. We might just be able to kill them. Start by putting a point of damage here. So that costs 0, so now I can squee the Trap Finder, get another card. Get rid of you. Might just be kill ooze. Sick. That's what I wanted. So yeah. Alright, we did the thing. We did the thing. I don't think we change much. It might be too slow for Influx Array, so let's maybe just bring in another cheapo. Like, Trash Master's another Lord, but I think we're fine. We also did that with only hitting, like, 1 thing off Muxus. I think I like the Rakdos version a little better, this deck. No Revels, but we have a Narcomancer into double Horde Master, which seems pretty good. So if I do this, I can make a treasure. I do this. I go Karspusin. I can go War Chief into Horde Master. Which doesn't seem too bad. We just gotta be aggro. Like we saw like the first game, they're playing Vorinclex and just huge creatures. So I can't quite Muxus next turn, but oh, that's actually pretty big for them. Oh, I could Muxus if I get untap land. So do we Muxus, or do I just go another, probably Muxus? Oh! What do I have on the battlefield? I have a Skur. Probably Alishk. So I can do this. This just gives me another Lord effect. All right, figure it out. Like the Wizards game could go either way though, because like if they have a lot of early removal, the way that Wizards loses is, or we lose is by them picking off our key parts. As well, we have no way to block their flyers. It's very much the composition of our hands in like all 3 of those games. All right, we did the thing. Muxus continues to be a busted card on the board. And we got to play first. We'll keep. Turn 3, Influx Array is really powerful. So we'll have to see. This could be auras. This is just the humans deck. I don't love giving him a card, but our hand's really not doing much, and I need to start playing. Ember Hauler's great. Because I can start picking off like the vanguards and stuff like that. A bit annoying. So they have Ward 2, they have Ward 1. We've drawn pretty much nothing but lands. So what we can do is we can block, sack, kill something, which is nice. Sokuzan's like not terrible either, just because it can give us some bodies. Instigator again, it's bodies to block. We just need to kind of bait out some time. Evangel's good. So we get this, we'll hopefully hit it. Jeez, we are just hitting nothing but. So they can hit for a chunk here. They'll discard Evangel. Okay, so that's actually pretty solid. So this becomes free, but then I can't Sokuzan. But I think we still do it because this will let me hopefully dig deeper for more goblins. Just hold off. Okay, can I get a bigger Brash Taunter would be really nice. Beetleback would be nice. Mind you, these just making two bodies. Having access to Sokuzan will be nice. Esper Sentinel ain't doing much here, so it's not bad because they can use that as kind of a way to alpha attack in and then save their board. See what happens here. I have the Sokuzan. So we kind of got to set it up so I could potentially have an alpha turn. Firebrand's not bad because I can pick off like an Evangel or something. Damn. They could get a little aggressive here because they don't... Like, the Sokuzen might be our ambush card. You block you. You block you. You block you. This does force here. I think we do this. If it wasn't for, like, Gerandia, but the goal here is for me to just flip a bunch. And we drew nothing. Awesome. Love it. Can I kill them? Take that out. I might be able to kill him this turn. Jeez. We're getting, like, no luck with these flips. Okay, Trashmaster's good, it's another Lord. But, like... Ah! Are you... Because now they can Luris and then tap something down as well. Like, we need him not to have this Gerandia. I think we just do this. They're gonna sack, they have Luris. Like, we just needed another spell at some point. We could have taken a chance and started to, like, reveal, but... Okay. I mean, it's not terrible. We might be able to do something here. If I get enough Lord-style effects. Revels would be, like, the nicest thing. Okay. Ruvenwald is a card to start. Like, this Influx Array has been carrying us. Come on. Okay. Okay. Let's go get Muxus. Ooh, I can also go Palishk. And then just like sack my board. Think we might have got there. Because if they triple block... We'll do this. I don't want to pay the ward cost. I guess we could. Okay, we're doing it. The way the game's been going, if I got Muxus, I wasn't going to hit anything. From nothing to everything. Keeping the Reuven out. Alright, so this matchup, Brotherhood's End, I'll play the Bone Crusher, I'll play the Strangles. We probably take out Muxus, just because we're going to have a lower density of spells. Probably trim. Honestly, a Narcomancer is probably the weakest. And maybe a Matron. Just kind of go from there. Because like we could have Palishkmon. But I think it's interesting. Do we still want Muxus? Maybe. It does present like a big body. Could also go another Influx Array. Could be decent. I am bringing the Brotherhood's End in, so maybe we play this game. Alrighty. That one was good. I think we keep. Skirk into Influx Array, turn 3. Could be a little risky here. They could like Portable Hole, which would suck. No! No! We're getting jugged! They can also tell we have 3 lands, which kind of sucks. This card's really cool. I mean, they might have like a disenchant effect, so the correct play is to take Influx Array. Alright, I got Juggernaut. I think we just do this. I think as long as I'm like 1-for-1 trading, I'm fine. Portable Hole. Okay, we're gonna win with this Juggernaut. How are they gonna beat a 5-3? Good sign if they're doing this. I will happily trade. Revels is 1 green, right? Yeah. No one expects the Juggernaut. Okay, so they got Luris to hand, so they can kind of rebuy the Luris Dauntless Bodyguard line. I didn't put Incinerator in, did I? That's a little annoying. We'll hold off this turn. Like, they could just chump. This doesn't even have trample. I mean, they don't have, like, great attacks, which is good for us. Okay, so we're just gonna go to attacks. They're just gonna do, like, peddler loops, I guess. They really should be protecting Luris, but if they don't want to, we won't force them. They want a peddler again. I get another Juggernaut. Okay, so that makes attacks a little bit more interesting. I think this turn maybe we attack. At least with 2 maybe. They probably take it. I think that's fine. Okay, Brash Taunter's cool. Okay, so they protect their Luris. No! Because then they can have this die. And they got that. Yeah, that's really good for them. We're done. Brotherhood's End. Okay, so I guess we do a draw because we have Brotherhood's End. So they learned the Sokuzan line. We just gotta hope that they don't have Sigardian Evangel. That's kind of the big one. Okay, like an officer. They are just top decking like no tomorrow. Guess I could start fighting their big things. Hopefully just kill them that way. So they already cast one for turn. It's probably... Don't want to do the Horde Master. Probably just take 4. This gives me 2 extra draws for the turn. Plus I have the Den of the Bugbear. So it's like effectively 3 draws. I think we do that. No! Okay, so we got a Skirk. So I can also fight. We'll do this. I can make mana to fight, which also works. No Evangel, no Evangel, no Evangel, no Evangel. Peddler's fine. Peddler's like the only card they have in their yard. So they can remove counters to blow up the Juggernaut, but I'm fine with that, I think. Okay, so they did find the Evangel, so I need to win this turn. So it's actually good because it puts them on a 2-turn clock. So they're dead now. I gotta sack one more Goblin. This has Ward 1. Take 7. My friend! Get her done! Alright, 2 wins in. 2 wins in. That's great. Turn 2 Revels. Don't Thoughtseize me, bro. Don't Thoughtseize me, bro. Alright, Rogues. Against Rogues, if we could have had Revels down on 2, it'd be really big. Almost have the combo in place. This might be the Grixis Teferi deck. I do need a land. Can I get a land? Last game, that's all we were drawing. Land are like a 2-drop. Just pass the turn. Fattily pushed. It's gonna be the land we need. Wily's free cast. Makes a treasure and does that. If we hit a land, then I could almost go infinite. One is shocked in, so curious as to what it was maybe that they had. If it's just expressive. Revels is such a good card against these control decks. Being a caster. Okay, so Crucius, no value. And they have a mana confluence. So these are all kind of free cast. Sick. Trap Finder. Do you... Sick. So now we kind of go like this. I can sack. Go to combat. So I could sack Squee. See what we hit. I also get the card advantage here. It's like a thinking deck. This is all with 2 mana. Cling to Dust. I can still cast it from exile. It's Squee the Immortal, not Squee the Kind of Mortal. I probably should have... Gotcha! Could have got Palishk there, and then just kind of comboed them. Alright, so Grixis, we want the Influx Arrays. Probably just Bone Crusher Giant. A Narcomancer could come out. They are a Crucius deck, so I think I maybe want... They also have like a lot of treasures. They're a Snapcaster Mage deck, so let's bring in the Hearse. Probably get rid of the Bone Crusher, play Incinerator. They play Farewell as well. My neighbor just bought a Tesla, and every time it comes out of the driveway, it sounds like a remote control car battery starting up. Alright, we used a good amount of clock there. How did we still use less clock than our opponent? So we'll see what they play out. Hey, girl. It's funny, actually, when I made that, I was gonna tag you in it. Was there any notable, like, big differences? I was trying to find, like, space for Embercleave in it, but didn't quite work out. They ditched Brotherhood's End. So I can Influx Array. Are you, Baral, are you on Mono Green Elves or are you facing Mono Green Elves? Because then most of the time it's Allosaurus Shepherd. Remember, you can't name mana abilities. But Allosaurus Shepherd gives everything base 5/5, where the other 2-drop is only 2 power. Could be getting Farewelled. Yeah, I do Allosaurus Shepherd.
Right on schedule. We need to move quickly.
And against elves, though, if you can, just have actual removal is usually better. Because you want to hit the enablers more. Okay, so they do have the make disappear. See what happens here. I should have played Skirk Prospector. They showed make disappear. So if they have a second copy, I could have played around it. Okay. Might have gotten them to tap out though, so we were a little punished there. Take out Teferi.
That didn't go according to plan.
I see, I like Ambergris. Ambergris is a good way. Iconoclast is interesting. By default it doesn't have the haste, but the trample could be pretty decent. I love Ambergris. I think it's such a cool card design. Like, the body's fairly weak, so it's easy to interact with from an opponent's side, but left unchecked lets you run away with the game. This could be a sweeper, but I can't really do too much here. Farewell would be the worst, yeah. Really wish that was an untapped land. Them having Farewell in their Grixis deck's painful. But we shall try to rebuild. They didn't do graveyards, so they might have Drown in the Lock in their deck. Jeez. They could have removal, but I need to force action here. Yeah, they should. They usually don't do it for nerfs, but they'll do it for bans. They could also have Snapcaster here. Or they could just have nothing. That's also. They fetch. Fetching now is pretty good because it doesn't enable the revolt. No value Snapcaster Mage. Okay, so what do we got? We got Muxus, we got Influx Array. Revels isn't the worst. I think they usually only play one Farewell in the sideboard. They've already binned a Brotherhood's End. That's a good one. Muxus off the top. Actually, Muxus doesn't do it if they sweep my board. That's gross. Actually, it's not terrible, because... Okay, that's scary, because that puts me on a 2-turn clock. So we can sack with the target with the Molten Impact to reduce one of the things. Honestly, if it wasn't for that, we'd be in an okay spot. Because, like, they'd take incidental damage. And this is... whole lot of lands. Let's just go to the next one. I think we wanted the same. Probably the same. Just thinking, do I want Bone Crusher Giant? Just as, like, a body? First deals with their graveyard. Oh, glad it helped. The card that was, like, really good in the sideboard was the or the 3 mana deal 4 enchantment that, like, sticks damage on. Let's try. I don't love it. But it has protection in the event they have a turn 3 sweeper. Okay, that's a good draw. Like, we didn't lose... No! Why do you have Thought Season against an aggro deck? Alright, we take it as 2 damage. 2 damage. Yeah, but the thing is, Ringleader is also a rogue, so you get that dual synergy. That Thoughtseize messed me up. I needed that. Sheoldred's Edict against the Go Wide deck. Oh, come on. So, if they sweep, I can do this post. That gives me some out. I think I just gotta hit whatever incidental damage I can. They might not block. Okay. I do like seeing pain lines on the opponent's side of the board. Red. They sometimes play Drown in the Lock, so... It's worth doing that. Did the treasure there. Okay, they are tapped out, so maybe get a chunk of damage in. Did they miss a line drop? Like, they did have the Brotherhood's end, so we like doing this now at least gives me some more attackers. Like, that plays me pretty weak into into like a following turn. They have the sweeper. Like, we get blown out pretty bad if that's like a fatal push. So we don't want to do it now, I don't think. Would have been a good turn to try to sneak down one of our enchantments, but they're at 9. Their mana confluence does deal damage to them. So we would have got blown out there. Bit frustrating the way our draws have come together. Freaking Thoughtseize. This card needs to be nerfed. Yeah, so they have Snapcaster. Did I put in Bone Crusher? There's up to Fairy.
Let's slow this down. No time for a break.
With Teferi out. It's my first run. Or second. The first one we went 0-1 with this deck, but I mulled to 5 and then I mulled to 6. So I didn't do too well. To be honest with Historic, because I have a lot of the old sets, I like doing it for Standard because it's usually a good way for me to build up my Standard collection. Okay, we're literally drawing nothing but Skirk Prospectors. I think we're dead here. I think we are dead. I'm too far behind. You can't let Crucius go and check that many turns. Alright, so we did alright with the deck. I think we went 3-1. 2-1. It was close there. Like, I don't need core set 21 packs. So that's part of the